How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Day Dave, and this is the 14th live stream here on Carpathian Countryside. How is everybody doing tonight? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. We have got a whole bunch going on here tonight, and I want to get started off really strong. First, we're going to catch up with some of the chat there, and then we're going to get started. First, we had a message very bright and early from who else but Jonah. Jonah reached out and said, is it 9:30 yet? Unfortunately, Jonah, when you messaged it was not, but it is now. So hope that you're having a fantastic day so far. Custom says, BDD. Custom, how you doing tonight? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Jody, how you doing, bud? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Says hi, and make sure you hit a little bit of a like button and the share button. Well, thank you, Jody. Greatly appreciate it. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Ken says, what is up, people? And that leads me to a very special introduction. I want to welcome to the live stream along with me here tonight, Ken Adlam. Ken, how are you doing tonight? Oh, Ken, are you there?
BBD?
Hey, there he is. How you doing tonight, Ken? I sure can.
Doing really well.
Doing well. Excellent. So yes, Ken is one of our newest Tier 3 members here to the channel. I want to send a very special thank you to you, Ken, for joining me here tonight, for being a Tier 3 member. Greatly appreciate it. So Ken, is there anything you want to shout out before we get this stream going?
Just one shout out to my partner. She's been my rock and inspiration. Keeps me on my toes.
That's lovely. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much again for joining me here tonight. So, we have got Philip. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Philippa. Is that how it's pronounced, Ken?
Correct.
Hey, there we go.
Philippa.
This old dog can learn new tricks. Oh my goodness. Says, hi everyone. Philippa, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. Jody says, hi everybody day. I think that's how's everybody's day going. Fantastic, Jody. Thank you so much. Philippa says, good. Thank you, Jody. Bradford, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says hi everyone. Jody says hi to Philippa. David, hey, how's it going? Says, what is up, BDD gang? Hope all is good. Keep safe and family too. David, I reached out to you earlier. Sent you a message. I hope that you're staying safe there. I know that there's a lot of craziness going on in your neck of the woods. Stay safe, keep your head down, and hopefully it all just kind of dies out, before too much longer. But stay safe there, bud. Jody says, good day. Excellent. Glad to see it. JC Farms with the hand wave. JC, how you doing today? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. And Jody says, how's the weather tonight? The weather is rainy. Just a little bit of rain. It's basically all this tropical storm amounted up to. So, let's go ahead and get rocking and rolling here tonight. So, Ken, what is some of your favorite stuff here on Farming Simulator?
What's some of my favorites? Oh, that's a good question. Eric, of course, I'm playing on, sorry, I just got a car going by. Hang on. At the moment, I'm playing on Riverside with all the seasons, snow, rock picking. I'm trying to do it old school.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Yeah, Riverview is a great map by a friend of the channel here, Cavalier Roy. That map, along with really a lot of his maps, are absolutely spectacular. I know he's been having some issues pushing through the update for it here recently. trying to get the water to come back to the map. You've been experiencing that issue as well?
Yeah. On the map, it shows water on the map, but you drive past the river and it's just a valley.
Yeah, it's one thing I know he's been trying to push through, and from what I understand, there's been a couple of updates that he pushed through, but Giants keeps like flagging it down, like they keep failing it for some reason. I'm not exactly sure on the technicalities and stuff behind the scenes, but I know he's trying. He's trying his best, but one of those where hopefully he's able to push it through soon. I know. Unfortunately, us console players, we're not able to do anything to fix it, but from what I understand for PC players out there, it's a relatively easy fix if you have access to the XML files. But unfortunately, us console players, we are, having to wait.
That is for sure.
But Ken, what are some of your favorite maps? I know you had a big map going there on Big Flats, Texas. You got Riverview Farms there. What are some of your other like more coveted maps?
Yeah. Well, one of my favorites is Alma.
Oh, unfortunately, you broke up there, Ken. Can you repeat that?
One of my favorite maps is Alma.
Oh, Alma, yeah, that's a great map there. Yeah, by Celebuki, that's a fantastic map.
Yeah. Having a little dabble of lemon.
Hold on just 1 second there, Ken. For some reason, it's kind of cutting in and out there. Let me... Okay, try one more time.
The one map's got what, is that Peligny?
Peligny, yeah. Yeah, that's the same map I'm doing the series on.
Ravenport.
Oh, Ravenport, that's a fantastic map too. But so far you've named what, two Celebuki maps, a Cavalier Roy. I'm not sure who made Big Flats.
Yeah, I think there's big Labuki. I'm kind of on that. I have to load it up again and find out.
Yeah, Celebuki, he does a fantastic job with his maps because it's one of those that not only does he put in the effort in the actual design and the just overall presentation of the map, but then he also adds all those various production elements that just gives everybody just that next level deeper of being able to just enjoy the map and being able to be so creative with however your playing style is. And that's the great thing is it's so adaptable to whatever playing style the individual who's playing it has. It doesn't rely on the production points like some other creators do. If they end up adding in a whole bunch of production points that isn't specific to the map or isn't specific to the game itself, and I'm just clobbering a bunch of trees here. But it's one of those where you can either ignore some of those things and just stick with farming, or you can just like really just kind of lean into it and do so much with Celebuki's maps. One of my favorite map makers there is Celebuki. So what kind of farming do you try to do? Do you try and stick to a more realistic style where you're like going through all the rigorous paces? Do you do like fast farming? What kind of gaming style do you do?
Oh, that's better. Now I've got picture. Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you. Yes. Can you hear
I
me?
had a lot of buffering going on in my end. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
you're coming in solved now.
gotcha. Okay. So I was asking, what kind of farming do you like to do? Do you try and do a more realistic style of farming for Farming Simulator, or do you do kind of a more fast farming, or some kind of in between?
Sort of semi-realistic.
A semi-realistic? Okay. And do you prefer like any kind of farming in particular? I know the last time that we spoke on the last stream, you had gotten millions of liters of root crops. Is that kind of your preferred type of farming, is in root crops, or just that was what you were doing at the time?
That's what I was doing at the time. You know, I purchased those two fields. Was on Alma. I did carrot, and I got about 3.1 million liters off it. And
Wow.
on Big Flats, Texas, purchased two fields that had red beet, which were close to a startup farm, and they both had red beet, and I ended up with 11.7 million liters.
Wow, that's a lot of product right there. That's nuts. Now, when you were doing that, were you?
Had no lime on it.
Go ahead.
It had no, on both fields had no lime, but I put 2 applications of fertiliser just to speed up the growth, and that was the end result.
Wow, that's nuts. I mean, getting that much product off of one field is just absolutely incredible. Now, were you doing like the realistic farming with that, like using some kind of real equipment, or were you fast farming on that one just because of the sheer size?
Because of the sheer size I used, was Hero one.
Oh, like the Pterodos?
That's that. Yeah, and sums up the capacity to up to 5 million litres just to try and cut down. It still took me like 3 hours, even that 5 million litres, to harvest it.
Oh, I have no doubts about that. Yeah, I mean, even if you have the extra large storage capacity and you're still the same working speed and all that stuff, you're still just chugging along.
And I don't know if you, and the trailer that goes with it, boosted that up so it would take 5 million litres.
So yeah, just one delivery and one load, and you're good to go.
Yep.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's the one thing that I'm so incredibly grateful for now that we're here towards the latter end of FS22, is the fact that we now have the equipment like the Pterodos harvester, where we can harvest all the root crops, all the sugar beets, the cotton, all that stuff, and we have the option of going to 100 meters wide. We have the option of 5 million liters. like all these different like various components that we now have access to, which I mean, I don't even remember if we had anything like that in FS19. If we did, it was for a very brief window, and it was something I wasn't even familiar with, because I used to avoid doing root crop work like the plague. You know, it was just one of those that it was so long, took so much effort, and even so much manual effort, because if you're trying to like buffer around the field endings there, like doing headlands and stuff like that, it just takes forever to do. But now that we've got things like the Pterodos, now that we have things like the the Reaper Harvester and the Colossus Pack and things like that, you know, we're able to kind of get these things done in, you know, even a relatively decent amount of time. Because imagine, you know, yeah, you had a 5 million liter loading capacity and you did a 5 million liter trailer, but imagine if you only had the 30,000 liter limit and you're running back and forth, like how much more time it would have taken you. And you said it took you like 3 hours. So the fact that you were able to kind of expedite it and make it a little bit quicker, even though it still took you that much time, is incredible.
Yeah, I was running. I think it's 25 miles an hour.
Oh, it was.
Like when I boosted up the harvest, I boosted up the speed. I was running at like 25 miles an hour harvesting.
Oh yeah, and that's the other thing too. That's the other cool thing about that pack, is that you can adjust the miles per hour. You can harvest, you know, at 70 miles an hour. You can, you know, still use a worker with some of those bits of equipment at 70 miles an hour. Now, I have seen clips where you got to be careful, because it's one of those, you start getting, you know, flying around and whatnot, and you got the worker doing their thing. There was actually one clip I saw yesterday. I think it was Driver 53, where it was just his introduction. It wasn't anything special or anything like that, but he had a worker kind of flying by with that bit of equipment. And as he's flying around doing his thing, all of a sudden he comes to the edge of the field, and there was some kind of bump or something at the edge of the field, and the whole Pterodos that he was using just goes flying into the air. And it's like, yeah, that's something that I would expect to see on my channel. But let me go ahead and catch up with the chat here just real quick. So Jody's was asking, how's the weather? The weather is doing much, much better. Fortunately, where I'm at here in Florida, the tropical storm / hurricane eventually did develop into a Category 1 hurricane. Thankfully, it was far enough out west to where it really wasn't an issue for us. So not anything really to worry about from our perspective. The funny part about it, though, kind of funny, you know, not funny if it did affect anybody negatively, is that I had family in town for probably the better part of a week, and they're from Michigan, and being from out of state, they had never been in that kind of a situation, and they're younger, so they were in their 20s, and they're younger. They've never experienced weather like this before, so all they're seeing is the gloom and doom that's on the Weather Channel. It just all the local weather apps and stuff like that is they're getting worried. They're kind of freaking out. I'm sitting there explaining to them, it's like, look, if it's a tropical storm, Category 1, even up to like a 2, a light 3, it's not anything you really have to worry about. The hurricane itself is not something where you're really going to have to worry until it's about a 3, like a strong 3. And they're looking at me like, Dave, you're crazy. There's no way that you're sitting here telling me there's nothing I have to worry about for a tropical storm. There's nothing I have to worry about for a hurricane, blah, blah, blah. It's just not registering to them. I was like, look, you guys, I've been here for over 20 years. I've been through many hurricanes, many tropical storms, and the whole 9 yards. It's not anything, and them being in Michigan, they don't ever experience anything like that. So it's one of those, you know, it'd be like somebody from who lived here in Florida their whole life, going up to Michigan and experiencing what it is to drive in the snow. You just don't know what you don't know. And I'm sitting there, it's like, okay, guys, like it's okay, nothing to worry about. You know, it's going to be a lot of rain and it's going to be, you know, some wind. That's it. You know, the worst case scenario, absolute worst case scenario is that if it spawns a tornado, that's when you got to worry. But it shouldn't spawn anything like that. You might get a tornado watch or a warning kind of thing, but it's okay. Just stay the course, stay calm, and everything will be fine. And where they were at there, what they were really worried about was the flooding, because they were getting the messages for the Weather Channel saying storm surge, gotta worry about the storm surge, oh, you gotta worry about this. And they were renting a house that's right on one of the canals right off the coast. So they're like, do we have to worry about the storm surge? Do we have to worry about this? Do we have to worry about that? It's like, well, you know, I've never lived that close to the coast, so I'm not 100% certain about that. But, you know, if you're that worried about it, come stay here for the night. Everything will be fine, kind of thing. Because where I'm at, I'm far enough away from the coast where I don't have to worry about storm surges. I don't have to worry about, you know, anything along those lines. And I'm actually up in a higher elevation than most of my surroundings. So it's not a huge deal at the end of the day. I mean, if it was a stronger hurricane, obviously it would be a big deal. But anyways, so I'm sitting there just trying to calm them down, and they're just texting throughout the night, you know, kind of, you know, oh, the weather's really bad, it's starting to flood, it's starting to do this, starting to do that, and it's like, okay, calm down, you know, by the morning, once it stops raining, give it a few hours, it'd be like it never even happened. And they're like, there's no way, there's so much water, there's so much this, and it's okay, guys, calm down. And then finally, the morning hits, you know, we end up calling them, make sure, hey, you know, everything's okay, nothing to worry about. And they're like, yeah, you're right. You're right. All the water is practically gone. There's only just a little bit that's at the end of the road. And I'm like, yeah, that's basically what I expected. And it's like, well, how did you know? And I told them, it's like, well, it really hasn't been raining that consistently here, so the ground is pretty dry. So whatever is going to happen is going to get absorbed relatively quickly by the sand, by the ground. So you're not going to have to worry that bad. Now, if it's been raining and you know, it was very consistent kind of weather kind of thing, then you might have something to worry about. And I would have insisted on you staying over here. But yeah, at the end of the day, weather's totally fine. Not a big deal where I'm at. Jody also says, glad to hear your family is okay. Yes, 100%. Thank you so much. David says, am keeping safe and out of trouble, but it will get worse here, unfortunately. Civil War seems to be on us in old Britain. Probs, move to America. I'll see you soon, pal. Ha ha. Hey, you know what? We will take all that we can get over here. Absolutely, David. But glad to hear you're staying. Wow, I'm just tongue-tied today. Glad to hear that you're staying safe. Glad to hear that you know, hopefully keeping your head down and everything's going to just work out for you. Yeah, I've kept up with what's going on there a bit, you know, and you know, hopefully it works itself out, kind of thing. That's all I'll say in regards to this channel. Jonah says, hello everyone. Jonah, hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Jody says, I love fast farming style. Oh yeah, fast farming. It's one of those I feel that it has its point and privilege. Not point and privilege, but like point and purpose kind of thing. So one of those that works out when it needs to, especially like on streams here. Jonah sends $2 for a super chat. Thank you, Jonah, so very, very much. And he says, sing us a song, Ken. Ken, will you grace us with a song like Jonah did in the last stream? Oh.
No, I don't want to hear me too much.
That's all right. I don't blame you. one of those one of those that I could certainly strangle a few cats myself with my singing. But
$2 not worth me.
let's see. Bradford says Big Flats, Texas is by TK Farms. Okay, very nice. Oh, the map maker, TK. Okay, sorry, just just spaced out there for a second. And it looks like we are all caught up with the chat. So, Ken, what are some of the features that you were most excited for FS25?
Yeah. Probably the GPS system.
Oh, can you pull the microphone just a little bit closer to you?
I think that's got to be the GPS system. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Oh, the GPS system, yes. That right there, I'm really hoping that they did their homework, that they did really good on trying to make sure that that actually works the way that they're advertising it. Because the way that they advertise and what got me so excited about it personally was the fact that it's supposed to work on any field, regardless of it being a Giants map, regardless of it being, a modified map. It's supposed to just work. So yeah, I'm really hoping that is as advertised. We'll keep our fingers crossed. We'll hopefully be able to, have something really kind of proud to hold our heads up to when it comes to that GPS. Fingers crossed. Is there any other features that you're really excited for besides GPS?
Feature how you send the workers off. It's sort of upgraded that.
I'm sorry, having the workers do what?
What was that, Dave? I didn't quite hear you.
Oh, I was asking you what other features besides GPS are you most excited for?
Yeah, like you said, when you send your workers off to a contract.
Oh, so like being able to actually like have them go from one place to another and being able to make it to that location? Yeah, that's honestly that's what I'm, like I said, I'm hoping for just a general improvement in the AI as just a kind of whole. As I know we all here know, and Ken, you definitely know, the word that we use here for the workers, we call them, the AI, the actual idiots. And there's a reason behind that. It's because, every time we expect them to be able to do something, whether it's big, whether it's small, whatever the case may be, they always find a way to mess it up. One way or another, they just do something, and it's incumbent upon us, players like ourselves, to figure out what those shortcomings are going to be, predict them, and then compensate for those shortcomings. So it's one of those that I'm hoping that they really legitimately tried to work out all those bugs, to kind of work out those shortcomings, and really make it something where it's going to be an actual pleasure to use. Because it's one of those, now don't get me wrong, I've said this before, if it is possible for there to be a AI worker versus no worker, like if you're given the choice of, if I had no workers versus having workers, I would take the workers in their current state. I would even take them in a less perfected state. because ultimately they're doing, a bulk of the work. I'm happy if they can get even 80% of the job that I expect them to do done, because that's 80% I don't have to do. And if I have to clean up the messes, well, then so be it. So that's kind of how I see it. I'm hoping for improvement, but I'm just thankful we have them. Because I'm not quite sure how long it's been since Farming Simulator has had workers, has had that as a kind of base part of its game kind of thing. I'm just not certain. But at the end of the day, there has been a time at some point where Farming Simulator didn't have workers, where everything was manual, and the introduction of those workers has made it to where we can at least expect them to do the 80%. So you know what I'm saying there, Ken? Like it's just one of those. I don't know. I guess that's my 2 cents about it. Is I'd rather have something than nothing. So Ken, what they have released some information regarding the American map. I think it's called Riverbend Springs, Riverbend Falls. I can't remember, but they released some of the information on that map. There's what they're speculating is the second map is going to be Zelonka, like a new version of Zelonka on 25, and then there's supposed to be this Asia-inspired map. So of those three, even though we're lacking a lot of information regarding the Asia-inspired map, what one, off the gate, which one of those would you be most inclined to play when FS25 releases? Oh, Ken, you still there? Well, I don't know what happened here, but for some reason I'm not hearing you, Ken. But if we can get Ken back, then we'll go from there. But yeah, for some reason I'm just not hearing you, Ken. Anyways, so of the three maps, my personal favorite, I'll go ahead and answer this how I would answer it for Ken, and then if you come back in, are able to chat, then we can go ahead and go back to chatting. But of the three maps right now, I mean, I'm most excited for the Riverbend. One, because it's the one we have the most information about. But deep down, I wasn't thoroughly impressed with Zelonka. So I'm not too excited about that one. But I'm very genuinely interested about the Asia-inspired map. I'm really hopeful about that one because I feel like that one will be kind of a really cool representation for the new implementation of the rice products that they have. Being able to go out and see what they have to offer on that one, I'm genuinely excited. And as far as I'm aware, we haven't had a really Asia-inspired map before. I'm just not aware of one off the top of my head. And having something that's new to the region, or at least newer to the region, I think will be very nice, being able to see, what they have to offer for that. So I'm looking forward to that, and I think that'll be kind of a nice little deviation from what we normally get, because you figure kind of the very heavily represented regions that we get here for Farming Simulator, based on my observations, are North America, South America, and Europe. Those are like the three heavily represented regions that we get. And it'll just be nice. It'll be really cool to kind of see what they have to offer and whatnot. Now we do get the occasional map that are outside of those zones and whatnot, outside of those areas, but it's pretty rare. Let's see. Jonah says, Ken and BDD, if you can only have one mod in Farming Simulator, what would it be? Ooh, Jonah, that is a good question. Honestly, if I only had one mod, only one, it would have to be. I forget the name. The name is slipping me, but it's right over here. It's this one. The Lizard Forge pickup. If I couldn't have anything else, if I couldn't have any other mods, it would be this one. The reason being is that with this particular mod, being able to pick up anything off the ground is absolutely huge, and it's such a time saver. But what's also nice about that is it allows you to pick up straw off of contract fields. So being able to have that and having the ability to utilize some of the straw from the contract fields, that's absolutely huge to me. Let's see. David says, I hope they have done more work with animals, with small animals, and better looking after them. That only what bothered me, really, haha. All the bits they've shown so far is thumbs up. Oh yeah, everything they've gotten us up to this point, everything they've shown, I absolutely put my seal of approval on it. I'm very much excited to see what they have to offer and what they have to bring forward to us. Let's see. I'm going to try and get Ken back into the call here and see if... Yeah, because some reason I'm not able to hear him if... Let's do this. Let's do that. Okay. So sorry about that. Just seeing if we can get Ken back in here for the stream here. Anyways. So yeah, it's just, there's so much that we know so far about the American map. They've really been like telling us so much. They even showed us the kind of overview, the PDA of the map itself. And I mean, we've got things like river boats. We've got just so much that's going on in that map there that it really leaves me excited as to what kind of things they could have in store for us for the Asian inspired map. And really even they could do some tweaking to the Sri Lanka map if they really wanted to. So it's one of those, you know, who knows? We can, we can only hope. Custom says, hey BDD, going to watch some Call of Duty just to match what I'm playing, so I will be back, but I'm going to head out. Alright, Custom, well I hope you have yourself a fantastic day. Thanks for stopping by, and we will see you again next time. You take care. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just trying to... Let's see. Oh. Let's see.
Can you hear me now, Dave?
Hey, there we go, Ken. How's it going?
I don't know what happened there. I'm going to try and plug in...
Hey, no worries. Just glad that we were able to hear you again. So yeah, you go ahead and plug in your phone, do what you got to do, and I will revert back to the last question that I was asking you when you are back. Let's see. Jonah says, I got FS25 on pre-order now. Yes. Yes, same here. Went ahead and did that like last week, and I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to November, because my birthday is November 8th, and Farming Simulator 25 comes out, I think, on the 12th. So, yeah, happy birthday to me. That's going to be one of my late gifts to myself is FS25. I'm looking forward to it. So like I was saying there, Ken, are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, perfect. So which of the 3 maps, because right now we know that we've got Riverbend Springs, which is the American map. We're presuming that we're going to have Zelonka, based on what people are telling us, is the second map. And then there's the third kind of Asia-inspired map. Which map are you the most excited for when they release FF25? Nope. Kenny, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, mate.
Okay. Were you able to hear the question?
No, I missed it. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. So we know that we're getting Riverbend Springs. That's the American map for FS25. Then there's the presumption that Zelonka is the second map that we're going to be getting with FS25. And then there's the third Asia-inspired map. Of those 3, which one are you most excited to play on when FS25 comes out?
Sorry, Dave. What was the question?
So of the 3 maps that are supposed to come out for FS25, which one are you most excited for?
I'd probably have to be Riverbend Springs at the moment, because what was the other 2 maps?
So we're presuming that Zelonka is the second map, and then there's that third map that's supposed to be the Asia-inspired map.
You know, it all depends where about in Asia if I'd go for it.
Okay. So what about the Riverbend Springs has you most excited?
I'd be probably taking the tractors or implements across the ferry.
Oh, yes. That does sound like it's going to be a load of fun. Because I remember FS19 had a map on there called Spectacle Island. It was by Alien Jim. And one of my most favorite things about that map is how he was able to utilize the kind of water that was all around the islands and stuff. You'd be able to load things onto boats. Like he basically made they were basically tractors or vehicles that had invisible wheels, and those invisible wheels made it look like they were just boats, and you could drive the boats all over the map, all over the water and whatnot, and you know, it just worked. So you could sit there and you could strap your grains, or not your grains, but your trees to the lumber barge. You could, you know, load up a boat with a bunch of grain and stuff, and you could take the boat and do all that stuff to sell. And it was kind of like an increased yield, or not increased yield, but increased payout. It was kind of like the train system as we know it now, before the train was really kind of a big popular thing, selling off map and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the barge system and being able to load up the tractors, the implements, and all that stuff. Go ahead.
Another thing on that map, it will be repairing that grain mill that they've shown.
Oh yes, that one definitely has my attention, and I really hope that they kind of expand that out to where the general modding community will be able to utilize that same kind of system going into their mods. So if they want to make a production mill that you have to first repair and then it becomes operational, I think that would be like the absolute pinnacle of what should and could be done for the modding community going forward. So
Uh,
outside,
uh,
oh, go ahead.
Another thing would be those building your own farmhouse.
Oh yes, yes, being able to build a house, and yes, that one also looks really interesting because that, I mean, for me personally, that opens the door to making it to where you can really have some really nice storylines. You know, hey, I just moved to the area and I'm, you know, wanting to build my house. Well, there you go. You can build it up like literally from scratch, kind of thing. So it's just one of those kind of
Yeah,
a really cool kind of, you know, storyline concept, but just then just for the average player who's not a YouTuber like myself, you know, is something that'd be really cool as well.
yeah. I was just wondering whether they'd bring out contracts for for you to, so you can get material to build your house. And,
Oh, kind of like logging contracts or something like that.
yeah, yeah. So you can build your house or supply for repairing the grain mill.
Yeah, now that'd be really cool because they did something like that on Silver Run Forest where they were able to implement like tree harvesting contracts and all that kind of stuff, even transporting contracts there on Silver Run Forest, and they didn't expand that out to the rest of the series, the rest of Farming Simulator 22. So it'd be really cool if they kind of expanded that Silver Run mentality, because I really did enjoy Silver Run because it had a lot of really cool features on it, like the rock breaking, the tree furrowing, and you know, things like that, where you're able to kind of utilize the contract system to expand out the what the type of work that you could do, but then it was just limited to that one map. So that was kind of the disappointing part of Silver Run. Um, but yeah, it'd be really nice if you were able to kind of have that ability to uh, build up your. I keep hitting my microphone. I apologize. To build up your supplies through the contract system, because that's part of the bonus to the contract system, is that you get those supplies, you get those things that you wouldn't normally have access to until you grew it yourself or until you owned the property to be able to cut down trees and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a brilliant idea, Ken.
Um, just FYI, did you realize I can hear double talk?
I did not. Are you hearing it directly from the?
I can hear you, then I hear what was said in the background.
Oh, because you got it playing on the. I gotcha.
I've
Oh
got it on
no.
the Discord. Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh no. Here, let me
So
catch
it
up
gets
with
a
the.
little confusing. So.
I bet. I bet that'd be confusing. Let's see. Let me catch up with the chat here just real quick here. So we've got. Let's see. David says, Riverbend PDA looks awful like London and the Thames. Look alike, haha, where the river actually bends. Gotcha. Okay. I mean, who knows? I mean, it's one of those where I think the main headquarters is there in Germany and whatnot. So maybe they took like a kind of overview of, I mean, maybe London. Maybe they had a infatuation with London and then just kind of, you know, Americanized it, you know, quote unquote. Who knows? Or they might have actually pulled something from, you know, the South here in America, and were actually like trying to be inspired by something there, and it just so happens to kind of go about and look the same as something the Thames in London. So that's certainly a possibility. Jonah says, what I'm most excited for about Farming Simulator 25 is everything. You know what? I'll be very honest with you, Jonah. I'm right there with you. I'm really excited because there's. I mentioned it in the last stream. I think I mentioned the last couple of streams. This is the first time where I've been a part of a game community, you know, culture, whatever you want to refer to this as, where you can tell the manufacturer, the gaming manufacturer, is legitimately in the game to please the players, that they're really trying to make us happy. So you can tell that they're actually putting everything into their games. They did it for FS19, and that's where I started playing. You can tell where they put the effort in for FS22, and now you're seeing the gargantuan shift from 22 to 25, already. And we're still months. We're almost, 3 months away from seeing what 25 is. So really looking forward to that. David says, good answer, Jonah. I agree. Jay Meister, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says, hey, BDD. Jay, hope you're having a fantastic day so far. And Ken with all the emojis, and Bradford with almost all the emojis. We got some happy and celebration emojis. But Ken, thank you so much for showing off the new emoji. If you take a look at the line item there for Ken, right at the very bottom, and Rail Fanning Jonah just did it again, you see at the very end there, you'll see a mischievous little ghost. That is Jasper. Jasper is now available for all channel members as a custom emoji. I hope that everybody enjoys seeing Jasper here in the chat and going forward. So very, very excited to announce that. I want to give a huge special shout out to Predator Studios. Found them there over on Etsy, and they do fantastic work. Not only did they make all of the custom emojis, custom badges, all that stuff for the channel, but for anybody who's seen my most recent videos here, they're on Pelinier, as well as the channel short that I released earlier today, this morning as a matter of fact, you'll see that there's a new custom like, subscribe, and notification bell button that pops up at the beginning and end of the videos. That was their creation. So Predator Studio, thank you so very, very much. I greatly appreciate the hard work and the dedication that you have for the channel. You do amazing work, and if anybody is ever looking for custom design work such as the emojis, badges, even animated work, as I mentioned there before, they do fantastic work. I highly recommend them, and they do it for a really good price too. So give them a look-see. I definitely highly recommend them. Jay says, doing good. Excellent. Glad to hear it. Bloody Ad missed half of the conversation. Oh, David, I'm sorry to hear that. Jonah says, so how's Jasper doing? Hopefully not well. Hopefully not well. If Jasper's doing good, he means he's making my life miserable. So it's one of those. It's either my happiness or his happiness. And Jonah, I'm kind of suspecting of you right now. In our last stream there where you joined in, you kind of laid your cards out on the table how you were kind of Team Jasper. So I got my eye on you. What about you, Ken? Are you team BDD or team Jasper?
Oh, that's a difficult question, DVD.
It shouldn't be a difficult question. Oh, okay.
No, I'm definitely on your side.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that very much. David says,
I'd like to see the ghost win now and then.
You know what? There's a reason why he's a ghost. There's a reason for this. So, the way I explain it to Jonah is, I'm the one here in the now. He had his time. I don't know what he did. I don't know why he's so mischievous. I don't know why he's here to pick on me of all people. But he had his time in the sunshine, in the sunlight. Now it's my turn. So David says compromise with peace and love. You know what? I've extended the olive branch. I extended the olive branch to Jasper on many different occasions, and the last time I did it, he ran me over with a train.
Yes, I remember that.
So it's one of those where I can only offer an olive branch so many times before being run over by a train, before, having my vehicles tipped over, before, having a car swerve into me and tipping over my whole load and having to go get equipment to rescue myself. There's only so many times that I can let Jasper just reach up and slap me around before I'm like, you know what? No more olive branches. And if I had a way, if I had Ghostbusters on speed dial, I would highly think about giving them a call. Oh my goodness. Let's see. So Jonah says, Team Jasper all the way with a bunch of Jasper emojis. Oh, Jonah. Okay. Okay, Jonah.
Oh, Jonah.
You know what, Jonah? Shots
Really?
fired. Shots fired. Bradford says, Jasper equals more content, LOL. Yes, Jasper does create quite a bit of content for the channel here. So pretty much we can chalk up pretty much every single one of the bloopers to Jasper. Every one of the channel short bloopers we're going to put on Jasper's shoulders. With the exception, I will say, with the exception of the one I discovered today, which, from what I understand, started out the conversation earlier today with David, discussing the channel short that was released today. I didn't realize this before, but apparently, for those who haven't seen the short, what it is it shows me having fertilizer and lime and all this stuff kind of stored away in one of my storage systems. It's the full pallet of the lime and all that stuff. And actually, it's not full pallets, it's partial pallets. And what I ended up discovering is that when I remove those partial pallets from the storage units, they end up coming out full. So if the full amount is 1,000 liters, I ended up taking one out that was, I think, whoops. Okay, I guess that works. I ended up taking one out that was 53 liters or something like that, and it came out with 1,000 liters. So I had no idea that was a thing, but apparently, according to David, it's not just Palinier that works on. Apparently, it's all maps. If you have a partial in, you get a full out. So I thought that was actually a really cool discovery.
I wonder if you get use a partial bale and you put it back in storage, would it come back as full?
So I did try that, and based on what I saw, it was still a partial bale, regardless of taking it in, putting it out, and doing all that stuff. It seemed to only affect the like commodity goods, like the lime, the fertilizer, and things like that, liquid fertilizers and all that. But I thought that was actually really cool, because it's like, if you really wanted to be a little bit cheaty, then you could literally bring over like a fertilizer spreader, right? You could take 1 liter out of that fertilizer spreader, or of the fertilizer, throw it back into storage, and then empty out the spreader, and you have a 1 liter fertilizer pallet. Put that in, take that out, and then you got, 999 free liters of fertilizer?
Oh, it saves paying for it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially because fertilizer is so expensive. Like, as everyone here is familiar with, on this map, I'm buying it directly from the store, and it adds up. Now, I will say, in the last stream...
Does.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it certainly adds up.
Oh, 100%. And as everyone here is familiar, in the last stream, I ended up buying the production shed, And this thing is going to save my bacon. This thing is just chugging along. It is making fertilizer. I love this thing. I absolutely love it because, check this out. This production right here, making solid fertilizer from manure and slurry, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. I've never seen a 1-to-1 ratio when it came to making solid fertilizer. Everyone I've ever noticed has been like a reduction. So seeing this production shed and having a 1-to-1 ratio, like that's huge money. Huge money. If you got a map where you can sell this stuff, it is a big time payout. Because both of these products are like $50 per 1,000 liters. Some like ridiculously small amount. But if you make fertilizer, that's like $2,000 to $3,000 per 1,000 liters. It's nuts. Let's see. So, Ken, what, oh goodness, I'm blanking. What was I going to say? Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Don't worry. No, I'm nearly 60 and I have those moments all the time.
Oh, it's one of those that I think it's because I work with such a sleep deficit that, I'm having more and more of those moments where just I have it in my head, it's right there at the top, and then all of a sudden it's just gone, and I don't know why, and I really just hope it's like, hey, I'm just tired. You know, having a 2-year-old and a 2-month-old, and doing YouTube and working full time.
Yeah. It definitely takes a toll.
Yeah. But So we discussed
I used to have, I call them brain fades.
Oh yeah. My family, we always called them brain farts. Just the brain just kind of belches and it's just gone.
Yeah, I
But
totally agree with you, BBD.
So we discussed GPS system. We discussed the ferries. What other kind of things are you like really looking forward to, like when it comes to the FS22 or 25?
When they bring out the Asian map for FS25, I'd like to have a crack at the rice fields.
Yes. What I thought was so interesting when it came to that rice fields is that it's not just limited to the predefined Giants maps. When I heard that there was rice fields that were coming around, the wet and the dry, I was really worried. It's like, okay, well, that's going to be like basically what we have now, because we've got certain maps like the Italian rice map and so on and so forth where it has to be predefined into the map, and especially the wet rice where you could flood the fields and do all that stuff. I'm sitting there thinking, oh, well, that's going to be, only certain maps, and maybe if a modder adds that feature in kind of thing, then maybe we'll get it in that way. But the fact that we're actually getting it in as something that you can add to any map, I thought that was huge. An absolute game changer right there. But, let's see. So are you most looking forward to the actual rice fields, or are you excited like for the specialized equipment that the rice is going to bring along?
Well, more of the equipment, I would say, because that'd be totally different to drive, harvest. You'd need specialized equipment to prep the fields.
Yeah, absolutely. The one harvester that they showed on one of their streams for, I think it was for FarmCon, the one where it grabs a hold of the entire stalk and it just kind of goes up on the conveyor belt and into the chamber. I thought that was like such an interesting looking machine. I've never seen anything like that before. And then you got the little rice planters where you can use the saplings or whatnot. That and in conjunction with the greenhouse system, being able to grow the saplings, that there I thought was a really brilliant idea.
Yeah. Hang on, Dave. I've just got to get my battery charged. My phone's about to die.
Gotcha. Okay. But so yeah, it's one of those where the fact that we have so many different things to look forward to when it comes to FS25 really makes me hopeful and really gives me something to look forward to, even if, like I've mentioned before, I was a huge fan of EA and the NHL games. I was, but was so disenfranchised with the series and all that. I don't play them anymore. I just can't. And going from the excitement that I used to feel for those games and bring it into the world that we're in now when it comes to Farming Simulator, like, it's a whole new level. Like, if I could sit here and tell and like describe the amount of excitement I have for FS25, it would be just it's like just the next level of excitement, because every single year I used to take a week off of work. I used to be like, give me a week to get as much game time as I possibly can and just dive into this, and I'm gonna just rip through it, play as much as I can so I can just get it out of my system. And then when I go back to work in a week, I can then like not sit there and just do nothing but think about getting out of work just to go and play the game, kind of thing. I can actually focus on my job and do what it is I need to do, because that's how I used to be. Is like, if I didn't take that time off, I'd be just sitting there and just so focused on everything but work. So that's how I feel like this is, except not only do I want to take that week off of work again, because I haven't done that in a few years, because it's been a few years since I've actually gone out and like purchased the NHL game and been really excited about a game again, like having something to really kind of look forward to like this. But even if, like, all the hype, all the things that we're really looking forward to, even if they only deliver 80%, like I mentioned before, I'm still going to chalk that up as a big W. And the reason I'm going to chalk it up as a big W is because of all of the things that we have now, and that we're building upon those things. If all they do is deliver up to the 80% mark, like I said, then it's going to improve everything that we have now and build us an even more stable platform for all those kind of things in the future, kind of thing. I hope that makes sense, because what we're getting when it comes to Farming Simulator, with any game really, that's especially an iterative game, is the constant building upon a base and whatnot, and is that improvement and building the foundation and making it stronger and more solid and going taking one step forward, each and every iteration. So it's one of those where now that we have something that I'm genuinely looking forward to and genuinely really excited for, that, well, if it's the 80%, me personally, other people may feel different, but that's how I feel about it. Ken, were you able to get your phone back up and running, or?
Yeah, I've got my phone back up and running. Yeah, I can hear you now. Good as gold.
Let's see. So, I mean, how do you feel about that? Were you able to hear what I was saying there?
Well, normally I listen to you through the Bluetooth speaker, but it's packing a sad on me.
Gotcha. So essentially what I was saying, even though unfortunately long-winded, was based on everything that we kind of have up until this point, the information that we have for FS25, I would be thrilled and happy with if we had a scale of 0 to 100% and they delivered only 80% of what my expectations are. I would still be happy with that 80%. Even though my expectations are that they would deliver 100% of what I'm expecting them to deliver based on what they've shown us so far. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So would you be happy if your expectations were they deliver to us 100% of whatever it is that you expect? Whoops, oops, oops, there we go. If you're expecting them to deliver 100% kind of thing, and they only deliver, 80% of what you're expecting, are you going to be satisfied with that 80%, or are you going to be, like more? I want that 100%. I want them to reach for that 100%.
I'd be happy with it, even if they just gave us 75%, because it's better than nothing.
See, that's the mentality I have. That's exactly what I was trying to articulate there. Is as long as we're getting some steps in the right direction, that I'm going to be happy.
Plus, I'm also looking for that ground deformation.
Yes, the ground deformation. Oh man, now based on what they were describing, it just seemed so cool because it's all dependent on the terrain that you're on. So if you're on concrete, no deformation. Makes sense. You're on concrete. But if you're on mud and in the middle of a field kind of thing, well, yeah, it's going to, deform greatly. Especially depending on the kind of tires, the tractor, and all that stuff. So, yeah, that one really looked cool. And as anybody who follows the channel, very regularly knows, I'm a details guy. Details, details, details. That's why I love this map. That's why I love Pelinier. Anything like that is because you look around and you see all these little things, all these little details that, you might not see on other maps. So, us getting more details for the main Giants kind of engine, the main kind of building blocks for the game itself, that's huge. Like that, to me, that's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Plus, in the Giant saying when modders make maps, so us console players can play on 4K map.
Oh, now see, that would be amazing. Being able to... What I really hope happens is now that the previous gen consoles are no longer going to be a thing, having a possibility of a 4X map would be amazing.
Because didn't Cavalier Roy said he was putting out a 4 map in one?
Yes. So Cavalier Roy, for his latest project, was mentioning how he's going to be combining 4 of his maps. I think it was Riverview, Maple,
Riverside.
Yeah, Riverside. Riverside, Maple. Was it Ebony? And one more. He's basically combining all 4 of these maps that are 2x by 2x, and he's putting them into a single 4x map. And having that, I think, is going to be absolutely insane. Because, again, I'm a huge fan of Cavalier Roy. I'm not going to hide the ball on that one. A huge fan of his maps. And I did a series on Maypole Farm, and I absolutely loved playing on that map. Now, I can only imagine having a 4X map where it's all 4 of his individual maps all kind of combined into one. That's going to be absolutely nuts.
Yeah. I hope he does get approved for FS25, because that would make a great multiplayer map.
Oh yeah, that'd be incredible. That's actually a very good point there, Ken. Because each individual map is already set up to be a very good multiplayer map, but then you have basically all 4 multiplayer maps all combined into one. That's going to be like multiplayer inception right there.
Yeah. that's one thing I like his Riverside map is because on the start farm you can buy a farm production, and it does everything. It does seed, TMR.
Yeah, so the farm production that he built, it's, if I remember right, it's the one with the green domed roof. It basically looks like a mini
Yeah,
biogas plant. That thing is
you'll,
incredible.
I drove past and oh, I've got a biogas plant, and when I walked up to it, no farm production. Okay, what is this?
Oh yeah, it was a big surprise when it came to Riverview, and I remember doing the update video when he made that update. I'm like, oh, he added it directly to the map. That is brilliant. When I saw him do that, I was like, man, Roy, like he knocked that one out of the park, because having that as kind of a base game, um, addition to the map makes it to where you're really ahead of the game. You're able to start producing things right off the bat. Especially on a map like Riverview or really any kind of UK or uh, I'd say mainly like English maps that are out there. It's really difficult to expand your farms and to make them into something that isn't just kind of the base game without capturing fields that are already in use and stuff like that. So him adding it directly to the farm just makes it to where that's one less worry that you have, and you're able to produce so many different things with it. It just makes it so useful.
Yeah, totally agree with you there, BBD.
But I know that it's
Yeah, because I'm using it at the moment. I've mowed two 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 fields on Riverside um, for silage, and I'm going to dump it into that the farm production.
nice, yeah, because you went from Big Flats, Texas, to Riverside or Riverview. I might have been mispronouncing it.
Riverside.
Riverside. Yeah, so that's a really drastic difference. Like, that's a huge change from one map to the next. Um, Big Flats, Texas, being a absolutely gigantic American style map, to where Riverside is a more, I believe it's Irish inspired kind of scenery, to where the fields are quite a bit smaller. They're more on top of each other. There's very much predefined lanes and roads and stuff, to where on Big Flats, that one is gigantic fields. It's pretty much wide open, and the only limitation that you have per se is uh, your driving. I mean, really, as long as you're not
Besides,
a
yeah, besides that, besides the driving, I found there's not enough production on Big Flat, Texas.
yes, that is probably one of the only reasons why I didn't do a series on it personally. Um, I did like it as a map itself, but it was just one of those where there's just certain things that when I do a map, when it comes to a let's play or anything like that, where I try and look for certain elements. The kind of general landscape, that's a big one. The way the map looks is certainly one of them, but it's one of those too where it's got to have the things that I can build towards to really make the series interesting. If there's not much I can build towards, then it just makes it more difficult to expand upon and to make the series interesting. Like a perfect example is Peligny. You know, not only does it have the looks and the style and all that stuff, but then it has all the various production points around there. It has all the custom looking buildings and mods and all that stuff that's all kind of predefined in the map, and it just makes it to where you're able to expand out. And that was the kind of one lacking feature on Big Flats, is that it just didn't have all the kind of ancillary things that were necessary to really kind of make it like really, really special. You know, like Alma's another good example of that, to where not only do you have the beautiful landscape and topography, but you also get the production points. You also get the various kind of bits and pieces throughout the map itself.
Speaking of them, I'm surprised Real Team Gaming hasn't brought up all the productions.
Oh yeah, that's I tell you, I was actually speaking to Will earlier today, and he was telling me how he had finished up a lot of his silage and whatnot, and he's getting ready to put down a whole ton of slurry and manure and all this stuff. And I think I made the comment to him, it's like I can only imagine just the insane amount of manure and slurry that he has to have on hand, having over, what was it, 6,000 head of cattle or something like that.
Yeah, 7.
Oh, what just happened? Oh, we just got a new subscriber, Maurice. Thank you so very much for subscribing to the channel. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. Let me catch up with the chat here just real quick before we get back underway. So David earlier said, ouch, a train. What kind? Huh? Oh, it was the train here on Peligny that actually ended up taking us out there because of Jasper and his silliness. Let's see. David also said, not maps, but some pallets and bale storages. Oh, so it's not the maps themselves, it's the actual storage systems themselves. As self-storage racking in my farm and Moss Valley, and it does it with the seeds and fertilizer. Gotcha. Okay. So as I was saying earlier, David was explaining to me that I misunderstood. I thought it was certain maps where the storage would increase the level of product that was in certain pallets, but it's not the case. It's specifically the storage units themselves. So certain ones will do it, others won't, sounds like. David also says, made a video for you, I can send it to you. Absolutely, David, absolutely. If you want, send it to one of my socials and I can check it out there. Jonah says, bacon. A bunch of bacon emojis. Jonah, come on. Philippa says, I love your stream. Thank you so very, very much. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And Maurice says, hi. Maurice, hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Thank you again for hitting that subscribe button. Greatly appreciate it. Ken says, welcome to you. I welcome you as well. So now we are all caught up with the chat. So we've got all these different bits and information regarding FS25. And there's obvious, the buzz and the excitement for it. Are you going to miss FS22 when FS25 comes out?
Me? Oh, I'll probably still play on FS22.
You'll play on 22 for a little while, or are you gonna make the jump right to 25?
No. Yeah, I'll definitely play on it for a little while.
Okay. Now, it's one of those where... have you, pre-ordered, or have you done anything like that for 25?
No, not yet.
Is that something that you plan on doing, or...?
Once I get enough money to get that MacDon pack as well, yeah.
Oh, man, that MacDon pack, I'm really looking forward to that. The fact that we're going to have... swathing in base game, that is huge, absolutely huge, in my opinion. Now, one thing that I'm really curious about is, are we going to have kind of the same functionality as who is it, BC Bueller that came out with the swather here on 22?
Yeah, I think it was.
I think it was too. Um, I'm curious if we're going to have the kind of same functionality, because the way that it works is that the maps that have swathing available for them is that if you do swathing, meaning that you cut it down with the swather header, it lays there on the ground, and then you come by with the pickup header with a harvester. What happens is that when you pick it up, you get a bonus. It's like a 5% bonus or a 10% bonus. I can't remember
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
But but
that is correct, BBD. You do get a bonus with it.
but I wonder if 25 is going to handle that the same way. Are they going to offer a bonus for doing that process, or is it just going to be, oh hey, you got product on the ground and now you have to pick it up, kind of thing. So I'm really curious as to how that's going to function. So I don't know. We'll see.
Well, well, let's hope they don't.
What's that?
And let's hope they don't penalise on them, because I actually enjoy that function.
Oh yeah, I mean, any time that we can get kind of a bonus for doing a job or whatever, that's always nice. Um, and I don't expect them to be able to like throw in like a penalty or anything like that. That would actually shock me if they did something like that. But it's one of those where I could certainly see as a possibility them being like, okay, well, we're not going to offer you a bonus. We're just going to make it just the same as if you were to harvest it with a normal harvester, kind of thing. That's honestly what I could see them doing.
Did you realise these are mod out that extends your weather?
Here for 22 or?
Yeah, on 22. It just came out a couple of days ago.
What do you mean it extends your weather?
Well, you know how you get the you get your weather forecast for a month. Well, now you can get it for every day, 24 hours.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I'll have to check that out. And it's available for everyone on console too?
Yeah, apparently it's for everyone, PC and console.
Oh wow. I'm definitely gonna have to check that out because no, I wasn't aware of that.
Because Mr. Sealy P reviewed it a couple of days ago on his mod review.
Oh yeah, I'll have to go to his channel and check that out because it's one of those where I have a really hard time nowadays trying to keep up with other content creators like Mr. Sealy P, even though I absolutely adore Mr. Sealy P and the work that he's done. I've mentioned this a few times, but he's a direct inspiration for me starting this channel and to doing everything that I've been doing up until this point. I certainly will not hide that fact. But because all my time is either dealing with children or dealing with work or whatever, I don't get a lot of time to be able to do anything but either create content or work or be family. So not often I can just kind of sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Yep.
But what's the saying? No regrets, I think is.
No regrets.
There's I think it was a movie. I can't remember what movie it was, but there was it might have even been a television show, but it was somebody who had a tattoo, and instead of the tattoo saying no regrets, it said no regrets. It was spelled wrong.
Yeah.
And for the life of me, I can't remember what it was, but it was just one of those that I remember seeing that.
I know the movie you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it either.
I almost want to say it was that kind of family. thought it was like some kind of family movie where like everybody was like pretending to be somebody else, but they were all kind of like criminals or something. I can't remember.
I'd have to look it up and let you know.
Yeah, I can't. I just can't remember. I thought it was like Jennifer Aniston and like and a couple like not young kids, but like either early 20s
Oh,
or teenagers.
oh, yeah, that's an Adam Sandler movie.
I think you're right. And I remember the scene because they looked at the kid who had the tattoo, and it's like, no regrets. Really, you don't have any regrets, not a single one. And what's really sad is that's something that I can honestly see somebody doing nowadays. Is just not only
Oh,
like not only spelling it wrong, but just being just so oblivious that it was spelled wrong.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. David says, "Hi Maurice, welcome to the BDD family. Hope you're doing good." Yes, absolutely, David. Thank you so much for saying that. I 100% agree with you there. So let's see. We got we got this hay contract we're chugging away on, and I'm kicking around the idea of after making the hay of leasing out the quick bale or one of the square balers with the foldable arms. I'm kicking that idea around because, I mean, one, look at this field. It's absolutely massive. It's like a $40,000 contract for this one field. And not only that, something else that just dawned on me is how much this particular tedder just drives me absolutely up a wall. Do you have any of these kind of issues with this tedder? Like, do you use this tedder often?
No, I try and use the one that folds up right behind your tractor. I don't use the pull-alongs.
Yeah. So this one, I don't know what its
Um,
problem is, but it just seems to like miss out on a lot of product. Like it'll just leave spots of grass just kind of laying
yeah,
around.
uh, yeah. On Riverside, I had this. That they gave me that exact same tedder, and even on that map, it missed a lot of product. So I swapped it out for.
Yeah, it's one of those where I dread every single time that I see that this comes up in contracts because I know it's going to miss product, and it's a kind of a crapshoot whether or not it's going to actually like interfere with the baling and the picking up and all that stuff. Thankfully, it's never had an issue where it's swapped between different products. So, like if you're picking up hay, it was the majority of your product, and you pick up too much grass, eventually it'll switch the bale to
Yeah,
grass. I've not
yeah,
had that issue happen, thankfully. But
yeah. That almost happened to me yesterday. I was playing on Riverside. It almost happened to me. I was like, "Nah, I'm not having this happen." So I swapped out, and I think it was a coon tedder that I put on the back. Sure, the tedding width was a little less, but I certainly didn't miss many of the grass.
well, that's good at least. I mean, it just again, it's just one of those kind of those frustrating things that we get to experience here on Farming Simulator. And you know, it is what it is. It's not like the end of the world kind of thing. You can always go back over it and then it works out just fine. I think what it is I think that there's a volume restriction for the amount of hay that it can spit out the back. And I think that
Yeah,
once you kind of
it could be
reach,
their algorithm, eh?
yeah, exactly. And I think once you reach that kind of restriction, that limit to what it can convert into hay, it just skips it. Just like, nope, not going to do anything, and just leaves that little pile kind of thing. So that's kind of what I think is going on.
Yeah, that's the same if you're dropping swaths behind your combine harvester. It will get to a point and go, no, I'm not going to spit it there. I'm going to spit it over there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Let's see. So we got Bradford says, think Snickers made a no regrets commercial a while back also. See, yeah, and I think that they took it from the movie that I'm thinking of, and I can't remember what the movie was. I think it was with Jennifer Aniston and I can see this kid's face. He's got this just rememberable face. He's kind of a nerdy looking kid. Um, oh my goodness. I think he was in Maze
Yeah.
Runner.
No, no, I don't think there was any kids with tattoos on that one.
Well, no. The one that I'm thinking of is and I think it's the movie that I'm thinking of. I think it was Jennifer Aniston who was pretending to be the mother. There was a father who I
Oh,
can't
yeah,
remember who it
yeah,
was, and then there were two
yeah.
like teenage kids. The teenage boy is who's pretending to be the son. Uh, I think he was in Maze Runner, and then the girl
Yeah,
I don't
yeah, yeah,
recognize the girl.
oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I felt sorry for that young chap, especially when he got bitten on his private parts.
Yes, yes, exactly. So it's one of those. I can remember the movie. I can remember the scenes. I cannot remember the name of it, and it is driving me absolutely up a wall because I cannot remember it. If
Go with it.
any, yes, if anybody. Wait, what was that?
The name of the movie was Just Go With It.
Yes, that was it. Thank you. Oh my goodness, that was driving me up a wall. All right, so I see we got a bunch of movement there in chat. Let's go ahead and catch up with that real quick. Will T Gaming, how's it going? Says, yo, what up? What up, Will? How you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. Let's see. Who is in the stream? This is Ken Adlam.
Oh, sorry. I just got corrected, BBD. Pepper said it was Meet the Millers.
No, you are right. It is Meet the Millers. Thank you. Yes, that's it. That is it exactly. Yes. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Philippa says, hey, or hi, Will T Gaming. Bradford says, hey to Will. Will says, what up, guys? And Jonah says, hey, Will. We got Will says, Jonah. Bradford says, that's Ken, Will. And let's see, Will says, Philippa and Bradford and Yo Ken. Oh, what was that?
Oh, I was talking to Pepper. Sorry about that.
Oh, no
BBD.
worries. No worries. And then Jonah says, why did the chickens cross the playground? To get to the other slide. Jonah, I love it. I love it. Well, what about you, Ken? What's your view on dad jokes?
On dad jokes, some can be lame, some can be really funny. I personally like riddles myself.
Oh, yes. Riddles. Oh, I love riddles. Riddles, dad jokes, like I said. I love it all. It's just one of those... I think some of the bad dad jokes are some of the worst ones. Or, I'm sorry, some of the bad dad jokes are some of the best ones because it's just one of those, like, you're just expecting it to be corny. And as long as you expect it to be corny, then it's just a load of fun. It was actually funny because...
I've got one.
Oh, let's hear it.
I've got a riddle. I was born into a family of 6, and it goes, I got 5 sisters. I'm the oldest, but I'm also the youngest.
Whoa. So I've got 5 sisters. I'm the oldest, and I'm the youngest?
Yep.
Oh. Now that's interesting. I got 5 sisters. I'm the oldest, and I'm the youngest.
I'm also the youngest.
All right, hit me with it. What's the answer?
Yeah. The answer goes, I'm the eldest brother, but I'm also the youngest son.
Oh, okay, okay. I can pick that up.
Like, because like I said, I've got 5 sisters.
Yep.
I'm the only male. I'm the only male child in the family.
Gotcha. I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay, okay.
And that's a good one at the local bar because you get them drunk and you can see them, their brains whirling, trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good way to get free drinks.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's that's I tell you what, those are some of the best things too. It's like, hey, I got a riddle for you, but if you can't answer it, you buy me a drink.
Yep.
That's brilliant.
Um,
I tell you
yeah,
what
that was
though.
good when that was a good one when I was in my early 20s.
Mm-hmm. I tell you what though, that's the one you got to be careful with because you tell that to too many people,
Yeah.
you might need more than a ride home.
Yeah, I don't bring that one out very often.
Let's see. Will says, "Did you show the screenshot yet?" I have not. I've not shown the screenshot yet. But while I'm actually thinking of it, let's see. Ken, you sent me some screenshots earlier, but in the kind of hustle and bustle, I had completely forgot to download them. So let me do that just real quick
Sure.
here,
Yep.
because yeah, I want to
Yeah,
be able to show.
all those all those screenshots are from Big Flat, Texas.
Oh yeah, and they were nice ones too. So I definitely want to incorporate those in. Let's see. There we go. And so while I'm doing this, Ken, what are you going to miss the most here on Farming Simulator 22? Like,
Oh, that's nice. Ooh. Uh, I don't really know actually.
so let's say you get Farming Simulator 25 day one. Let's say it's out. You're playing. You're able to play it. You know, no issues with that whatsoever.
Yeah.
What is it that's going to make you want to, instead of playing on FS25, what's going to make you want to come back to FS22?
Well, if Giants can fix their download for maps, then I'd still play it.
Okay, so having the access to the maps and stuff like that, that's what's going to draw you back to 22 until we start getting more maps on 25?
Yeah, it's I don't know about you, but I still get the occasional one where maps fail to download.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I am very, very familiar with that one. Now, out of
I, ju- I just
curiosity,
I just I just hope. Sorry, DVD. I just hope they sort of fix that for FS25.
I hope so too. Now, out of curiosity, how much space is taken up on your console?
Um, about 75.
Okay, so I'm roughly about the same space usage as you. My theory, and it's just a theory, I have nothing to back this up, nothing to kind of to base this off of. My theory is that for us console players, specifically, it might be an Xbox issue, it might not be, I'm not sure. My guess is that once you start approaching the kind of 80% mark when it comes to the amount of disk space you have left for your console,
Yeah.
I think that is throwing off the download capabilities from the mod hub. Now, the reason I say that is because I'm constantly downloading maps. I'm down like for the map tours and the updates and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I'm constantly in and out, downloading stuff. So I found that because I'm always above like 80-ish percent, I'm like at 82% right now with Pelinier, with Carpathian Countryside installed, plus all my mods that I have as kind of my stock and standard kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I find that if I uninstall like a Pelinier or Carpathian Countryside and then install the extra maps that I need to install to do the tours and stuff, I find that
Yeah.
it works out fine after that. And I don't know why. It seems like it could just be, causation doesn't equal or correlation doesn't equal causation kind of a thing, but I don't know. It could actually be 100% accurate. I just don't know.
Yeah. I found if I uninstalled Big Flat Texas and Alma, the Riverside actually downloaded a lot quicker because it
Yeah.
reduced the disk space on the game hub.
Yeah, and I just think that there's something to do with that. I could again be 100% wrong, but I think there's something to do with that. So I need to take a quick break here. Need to go help the missus really fast. I'm going to put the stream on pause. Ken, I'm not going to be able to hear you again. But I'm going to put the stream on pause, and when we get back, I'm going to go ahead and show off all the screenshots and all that stuff. So I will be right back, everybody. Give me a few seconds, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
All right, everybody, and I am back. Ken, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, BBD.
Ah, beauty, beauty. All right, so while we're coming back, let's go ahead and discuss uh, the kind of things that we have to do for this channel. Starting off with the channel members, tier 2s and 3s. Firstly, I want to thank every single tier 2 and tier 3 member out there. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. We're going to start out with our tier 3s. We've got Rail Fanning Jonah, Will T Gaming, Pipe and Paul, and of course, Ken Adlam here on the stream with me here today. Thank you all so very, very much. I also want to thank my tier 2s, starting out with Mark K, Crazy Chris Sims, Luke Bernie King, Bradford Hambaugh, Philippa Thompson, and Philippa Thompson, and CS Benji 2020. Thank all of you so very, very much. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. And if you are interested in becoming a BDD channel member, go ahead and check out the link in the description below, or the join button also below and on the main channel page. There you can get access to the early, wow, tongue twister here. You can get early access to edited content such as the channel shorts and the Let's Play series. You get that, you get custom badges, custom emojis, and you just saw earlier, we got brand new badges here, brand new emojis here. Jasper has made an appearance in the emojis. So you get all that for 99 cents a month. That's just tier 1. Tier 2 gets everything I just mentioned before, plus they also get shout out every single live stream as you just heard here today. All that for $4.99 a month. And then there's tier 3s. For $9.99 a month, they get everything I mentioned before, plus what you see here today with Ken. You get a chance to be able to come on stream with me here and be able to actually chat with me live, chat with the audience, and just have us a good old time. Not only that, but you get a custom discount code to the merch store. So all that, again, $9.99 a month. I just want to give a huge shout out and thank you to every single one of my members. I want to thank all my subscribers as well. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. It goes to help the channel for its sustainability and its continued growth. I cannot tell you just how greatly appreciative I am to every single one of you out there. Thank you all so very, very much. Also, if you're at all interested in sending me anything for this channel, go ahead and check out the P.O. Box here at P.O. Box 6136, Hudson, Florida 34674. If you do send me anything, please make sure that you send it with your YouTube handle. That way I know who to thank when the item shows up. Again, greatly appreciate anybody who wants to take advantage of that as well. So let's go back to the live screen here, and while I am thinking of it, let's show off some screenshots. First off, seeing that we have Ken here on the channel, let's go ahead and show his off. Oh, and why is it not coming up? Why, it should be. Aha, there it is. There we go. So we got Ken here on the channel, and we've got his screenshots on screen at the moment on Big Flats, Texas. Even though Ken has moved on to greener pastures there on Riverside. And we have got a very nice look here at, it looks like plow work, if I'm not mistaken.
I hate to interrupt you, BBD, but nothing's coming up on the screen.
Nothing's coming up?
Nothing's coming up.
Huh. Why is nothing coming up? That is... Let's see. Let me check something just real quick on the stream. Okay, so I might be that you're just a little ways behind from the live feed, Ken, just because I do see it going out through uh, the live feed itself, so
Oh, okay.
it should be there. Um, so yeah, where did?
Because nothing came up when you did the shout outs. I'm letting you know.
Yeah, so it might just be that it's just behind because of commercials and stuff like that. So it should be coming up here before too much longer. Let's see. So yeah, we've got some views here within Ken's shop. He's got the big Krona Big M mower. He's got the John Deere. Oh, got the swather in the back there. Like I said, it looks like we got some plowing going on here. In the next screenshot, these are absolute beauty, Ken. Thank you so much for sending these in. Got a big looks like 5 million liters of red beets, and the harvester just chugging away. Holy smokes, that is that is going to be a lot of work. All right, so thank you, Ken, so very much for sending those in. I greatly appreciate it. And now we have Will T Gaming. Will, thank you so much for sending all of these in. I also appreciate you for sending these in. Let's get a worker to send this equipment back up to the shop. So we've got some barns and buildings going on here. It looks like there's a nice little pool deck on the left side there. Got some seeding going on. Looks like they're doing some bit of planting. Oh, spreading some manure right there with the big K brand manure spreader. Oh, got some fuel along the way, taking the truck down the road there in Alma. That's the hill right before the main farm there. I recognize that hill. Now, looking at Will's actual game file, I have seen it a few times, you would not be able to recognize anything when it comes to the farm area itself. It is it is so nuts how much work he has put into that map. Let's see, we got some more work here going on in the field. Looks like some more planting. We've got some more manure spreading there. Got the big farm silo in the background, some storage units. Oh, got the biogas plant right there in the background there, doing some more planting. Looking very nice. Oh, yep, got the pool deck and got the log cabin, and oh, that's looking real sharp there, Will. Oh, looks like transporting the manure trailer around. Oh, gotta feed all those cows. Got 6,000 head of cattle. Gotta feed them all. Oh, some more planting. Getting some more seeding done. Can only imagine just the amount of work that you have to do for this map here, Will, is just mind-bendingly.
Yeah, I think Jasper's invaded my phone because
Jasper, you're not. No. You pick on me all you want. You don't pick on everybody else. Keep your mischief within the channel.
I'm definitely Team BBD because none of it's just showing. As to your stream's just showing you, I think it's the Pottinger mower set you got on.
Yeah. The Tedder, you mean?
Because none of the, like I said, none of the shout outs came up on my phone or the.
Yeah, so I think that's because it's just delayed. Like, I think that if you're still seeing me doing TED work, that's like a minute or two behind.
Well, that's strange because on my phone, YouTube, I've got no ads.
Oh, really?
I paid for no ads. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Huh. I wonder if
Just nothing, nothing's come up. But Pippa saw them.
oh, she did. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, she saw them.
Well, it's on their way, I promise.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we are starting to see some of the same
Oh,
photos
I'm
as we
not
did before.
complaining. I'm just little technical difficulties. Dan
um,
Jasper.
Jasper, how dare you? There we go. So let's do that. Um, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and get the baler. We're gonna get the quick baler. We're gonna break out the big guns. There it is.
You
Quick
can break out the
baler.
big guns, huh?
Oh, you got to. You just got to break out the big guns when it comes to this kind of a contract. That, unfortunately, I've got a hard cut off at in about 25 minutes, so
Yeah,
gotta
break out those big guns.
gotta do what I gotta do. And I do have I have silage additive. Oh, wait a minute. Did I
Is
just
that the Pottinger set up?
the Pottinger Tedder?
Yeah.
What about it? What about the Pottinger?
The tether setup you got, is that the Pottinger one or the Coon?
I believe that's the Pottinger. Nope, Tedder. Yeah, it's the Pottinger. Pottinger hit 16.18T. It's the really wide one. Base game. It came with the least equipment.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Let's see. So now we got to get this back to the field. So let's see what else. Let's see. So we've got to quickly bail. We got to take this over. Where is this going? I forgot to. Probably should have paid attention as to where this is actually supposed to go. Let's double check that real quick. The animal dealer. That's weird. Normally they have like a little reticle or something that tells you it's, hey, it's supposed to go here on the map. For some reason I didn't. Yeah, because there's the animal dealer. It's just south of the. Huh. That's weird. I don't know. Let's see. When we get back to the field, though, I will catch up with the chat there because I did see a few other people chime in the chat, and we'll go from there. So, oh, that turn. All right, we're just gonna drive right through. Hopefully, okay, cool. Whew. One of those just. Sometimes you just got to go for it. So,
What's the size of the field?
what was that?
What's the size of the field you're working in?
Oh, that is a good question. I can tell you once I hit a straightaway. It's quite big because the contract itself is like 40 grand.
Oh, that's a good contract.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh, we're getting ready to. It is 25.64 acres.
Yeah.
So pretty decent size.
That's nearly a 35-hectare field.
Yeah, that's pretty darn close. That's hence the reason why I wanted to grab this baler, is to be able to get through the rest of this as quickly as possible. I mean, you can see. I mean, that's the whole. Well, I think you're still a little bit behind on the stream, but I mean, the field itself is absolutely massive. Oh, and I didn't get the light up bar. Ay, ay, ay. And let's drop that down. All right. So we have spent a lot of time today discussing all the various bits on FS25, things that we're going to miss about FS22. I mean, the whole 9 yards. We pretty much ran the gambit here. So what was I gonna? What are some of your favorite things when it comes to like farming and whatnot? What are some of your most favorite things to do farm wise, and what are some of your least favorite activities to do around the farm?
Again, that's a good question. Yeah. Well, probably my least favorite would be the stone picking, but
And what about your most favorite? What activities are the ones that you really look forward to do?
my especially on Big Flat Texas was using the SWVS tractor with the harvester, or using um, the harrow attachment that goes with it.
Very nice, very nice.
And the planting unit that goes with it too.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's all really good things. Yeah, and I agree with you with that
That's
stone
probably
picking.
one of my most favorites. But being on doing Riverside at the moment, it's just way too big.
Oh yeah, that thing's way too big for Riverside.
I don't think I could even get it, because on Riverside there's a couple of big hills that you have to travel up and down. I don't think it would make it up there.
No, I mean you'd have to have a pretty beefy set of equipment to be able to get it up any one of those hills up there. But then you're
Well, I'm
limited
using
on the size.
the base game tractors, and they're all mediums, and they struggle to get up those hills
Oh
under
yeah.
load. I don't want to go any bigger.
Well, that's the
So
problem
yeah,
too.
at the
Is
moment I'm enjoying that, Matt.
yeah, that's the problem with that map is, and I ran into the same kind of issues there on Maypole. Is the size of the equipment that you use there? It really matters. Like you cannot go too big, or else you're just not able to move. You get tied up and stuck in so many different areas.
Yeah, so at the moment I'm gathering up um, grass, hay, straw, uh, to make TMR, because on that map there's two cow barns
Yes.
on the start of farm, plus chickens. I've already got three-quarters of a pallet of eggs spawning.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. The now does it on Riverside do the same thing as Maypole, to where the animals' volumes are adjusted to, I don't want to say ridiculous levels, but pretty close. Like Maypole Farms, you had a cow pasture where it had like 2,000 cows in one pasture, 5,000 chickens in one pen. Like all of them were adjusted on Maypole. Are they the same way there on Riverside?
No, they're slightly less. I think it's about uh, 250 per cow barn.
Okay, so a little more reasonable, I would say.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, though, that was
Um,
part of the fun that was in that was available in maypole was the fact that you almost had that sense of ridiculousness to the farm itself.
Well, all the tractors on Riverside, you actually have to repair them first before you can do anything.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. One of those that it's like old equipment and then you're having to
Mm,
pick it
yeah,
back
well,
up kind of
I'm
thing.
still, I haven't swapped them out for newer. I've purchased what was it? A New Holland T T70, I think it is T70,
Oh, very nice tractor.
and I got it for like half, just under half, about 49% uh, second hand, and yeah, I had to repair that before I could use it.
I tell you what, though,
But it did come with a full tank of gas, so that was all right.
I tell you what, though, it's one of those where it's kind of a double-edged sword when it comes to the used equipment on this game, because yeah, you got to repair it and all that stuff, and you do lose the repair that you do that much faster because you're getting used equipment. But the amount of money that you save, in the kind of initial investment, really does kind of help offset that. Case in point is on Pelinier. I ended up getting a new case tractor. Was it the last episode or the episode before that? I think it was the episode before that, where it was like almost 55 or 60% off. It was some ridiculous amount off.
Yeah, yeah,
And I was able to buy that and a bunch of other equipment too at the same time. But if I had bought that machine outright, I would have had spent all the money I had up to that point on just that one tractor.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was also lucky to get the big Klaus front loader,
Okay.
and is it the how do you the Manitoba telehandler.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the Manitou telehandler. Yeah.
Yeah,
All those are good
they
good bits of
came
equipment.
with the startup. So I pretty much had everything there. I had to. Uh, I've got the big Pottinger um, cedar. Came with the blue weeder, one that you just drag behind your tractor.
Okay.
The Klaus grain trailer. That real low budget one that you can buy brand new. That
Oh.
came with the game. All dirty. They had must at least 2 years worth of dirt on them.
I tell you what, though, it's I do like that when map makers add that kind of element to their maps where they give you the equipment that you need, but it's used and it's like visibly used. It's not just, oh, here's a brand new farm and here you go, kind of thing.
You know, I had to work out. What did I have to work out for? I had to work out for something. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, well, that was pretty. Oh, plus they had the lizard red pickup.
Oh, the are you talking about the pickup header? The
No, the Ute.
oh, I'm sorry, you broke up there. What'd you say?
Um, the lizard pickup Ute.
Oh, gotcha,
Or
gotcha.
what you class as a pickup?
Oh, yep, yep. I know what you're talking about.
You know, I run back and forth to the shop and that, because on that you own a forklift at the shop, so you don't have to hire one out.
That's also really nice when a map maker does that, when they actually implement, like, or not implement, but they put like an implement there at the shop or there at various bits, like on this map, again, perfect example. um, Having like forklifts and stuff kind of strewn about the map at strategic locations or at production points and stuff like that. I like it when they do that, because it really kind of gives you like the option of doing something different than just taking your trailer, dumping it off, kind of thing. You have the option of really
Yeah,
kind of uh, doing the labor kind of stuff. And what I really like about, in particular on this map, is because the yards on a lot of these different production points are so narrow and they're so tight that you're almost required to have a forklift of some sort. And the fact that it's supplied for you in most of the production points on this map just makes it to where it's just very convenient. You don't have to worry about the investment. You can just kind of use it.
yeah. I sort of use the ute if I need to go pick up seed, fertilizer, lime. The only thing I haven't got is the road trailer.
Okay.
So I've overloaded that ute a few times.
Yeah, so eventually it's one of those you're going to have to invest into that in order to make it a little more convenient for yourself, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Let
I
me go
had thought
ahead.
about getting that fuel trailer, but because everything's so close, because on Riverside you've actually got two fuel points on the farm, one by the farm production site and um, one right next to the workshop.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, if I remember right, they're almost on like
I
opposite ends
sort
of
of
the farm,
simulate.
right?
Oh, yeah, and I simulate it. I hire out the fuel trailer and go to the local service station, fill up the trailer, and then go back and fill up uh, the fuel points on the farm.
Yeah, you'd almost have to in order to, you know, make it to where those are like fully utilized, kind of thing. I mean, I know a lot of those fuel
Well,
stations, like the fuel tanks, will let you like fill them up right then and there. But again, it just kind of takes away from that kind of authenticity.
like I said, I try and keep it semi-realistic, but I've got the snow on, so I'm going to see what that looks like when it gets to full winter. You never know; they might have contracts for me to go clear snow.
That's that's one thing that I actually genuinely miss from FS19. Um, is the fact that we used to have contracts like the delivery and the transport contracts. We used to have the clearing of snow contracts. Like we had all those like very kind of diverse styles of contracts on top of the harvesting, on top of like the cultivating, all those stuff that we get now. We had all those different aspects, and
Yeah, yeah.
I know that 22 kind of attempted to add a few here and there, whether it was with like Silver Run Forest, where you could add in the various bits of forestry work. There was the various stuff that you could do regarding uh, there was like the emergency pack or something. Like, it was like a downloadable bit of content, and you could do like, oh hey, there's a hay bale that's on fire in the middle of somebody's field, go and extinguish it, kind of thing. So there was certain like things that they added for us at one
For
point or
everything.
another.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't downloaded that fire department mod. I was going to do it on Alma, but
It was one of those where I thought about downloading it for a little while, and then I was like, you know what? I don't know if it's really going to be worth it for me to download and install it, just because, one, the size was extremely large. I think it was like over 100 megabytes or something like that. It was really, really large. And
it was a large file, that one.
then on top of that, it was just like more of a novelty than anything. Like, it just didn't. It's something that I could see would be kind of interesting for about 2 gaming sessions. And then after a while, I'd be like, okay, I'm kind of done with this.
Yeah.
And then I would just uninstall it and just be done with it. Like, it didn't seem like it would be something that would keep my attention for a very long period of time. And it's one of those where if I'm going to spend that kind of resource, if I'm going to install a 100 plus megabyte mod for it, then it's got to be something like really worth it, kind of thing. Like, if you're talking like territory of a map in a mod, it better be an absolute out of the park home run kind of mod. And that one I just didn't feel like really was.
True. Yeah. I thought it was a cool mod, but because of the size of the file, oh no, really? Do I really need it?
Well, and here's the thing too, is I might be less hesitant if I was playing on like a PC. If I was playing on PC and storage size wasn't an issue like it is here on console, then I wouldn't care. You know, it's like, okay, well, fill it up. It's not a huge deal to me. But seeing that space is a premium kind of thing, even though we've gotten double the amount of space of what we had for, FS19 compared to previous gen consoles and stuff like that, like we've gotten some pretty big upgrades here on 22. But it's
like those
go ahead.
Those photos of the case tractors. I've got every single case tractor you can think of on my S series box.
Yeah. Yep.
Ranging from the smallest case right up to the case Steiger. Yeah, gotta have that Steiger, but I can't run the Steiger on Riverside because it's just way too big.
Oh yeah, it is monstrously huge for that map.
Especially if you go along the English road system, they'll be running over the cars, and I'd have to have an insurance bill like you get.
Oh yeah. The BDD farm
that's
is
another thing that Giant could add in. If you accidentally run into a vehicle, you get penalised. You got to fix your cars or something like that.
Now, see, I've
make
made
a
that
good role playing game.
I've made that argument several times. I think that would be an amazing addition, or bare minimum
the crop destruction.
Yeah, exactly.
Personally, I think they should apply it to the AI farms for the contract. So you get penalised if you run over the crop while you're harvesting or something like that.
And I swore that it was like that in previous iterations. I thought in FS19 that you could run over a contracted field's product and it be smushed, like it'd be destroyed at that point.
Yeah.
And
nope.
It just
on
it's
the
not
FS19,
like that.
I used to run with crop destruction on, and it only affected what you own.
Really? Because okay, then I 100% believe you. It's one of those that I swore that up and down that I had something happen one time where I destroyed like 3/4 of a field doing something incredibly silly. And it was,
Yeah.
I think it was, maybe it was when I was planting something. Maybe I planted the wrong crop. I just wasn't paying attention and just,
Yeah, that's happened to me. Oh, yeah. And you go to plant it, and it goes, you can't plant this at this time of year. Okay. But I'm sure I'm on that one. Go back to the contract. Oh, it's
wrong product. Oops.
wrong product going in the ground. And it would leave a strange texture. You, uh, when you carry on, oh, yeah, well, that texture is different.
Yep. Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, it's one of those too. Like I've actually had it to where I was planting the wrong crop, but it was still within the right month to be able to plant it. So I planted like I'd say like 1/4 of the field in the wrong crop, and then all of a sudden I just kind of came back and I looked down. It's like, oh, that's not the right symbol. No. And of course I planted more of the wrong crop than what would take to complete the rest of the contract. So I can't complete the contract at that point. So it's one of those like, unless I were to lease out a direct drill seeder or something like that, I can't overwrite what's already in there.
Ah,
So it's
yeah,
just,
I've done that a couple of times. Yes,
oh,
I'm doing so well. I'm looking, oh no.
oh, and it's the absolute worst feeling when you realize it, and then all of a sudden you're like, no, what was I doing? What was I
Yeah. Oh
thinking?
well. Oh well. That farmer's getting the wrong crop that he wanted.
Now go ahead and pay me. I put in the wrong crop. Pay
I've
me.
done the work. Nope, you
Oh,
planted the wrong one. You owe me.
oh my goodness. Ah, it's funny too because it was one of those where I think it was supposed to be like the last time it happened. I was supposed to be planting like wheat or something, and it was like a crop that was just so wildly not even close. Like the symbol wasn't even like anything close to it. So it was like such a complete and abysmal error on my part that it was like I can't even like say that I just wasn't paying attention. I was just so oblivious to what I was doing that it just I deserved not to be able to complete that contract. And it was a big contract too. It was like a $20,000 contract or something like that. It was I remember being really upset with myself. It's like I really needed that money.
Yeah, yeah, that happened to me once. I completed the contract, and I'm going, why aren't they paying me? I've completed it. Then I looked in. Oh no, I put the wrong crop in.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah, pay me. No, you put the wrong crop in.
It's like, oh come on, you didn't want sugar
Oh
beets?
no, have to cancel out. Well, there goes $30,000 or whatever it was.
Oh, and that's the worst part too, because you have to pay for the seeds and all that stuff too.
Yeah,
So you're actually out money to be able to
yeah,
do that. And it's like, oh man, it's like, and you don't even get paid for like the amount that you leave in the plant or anything like that if you cancel it. So it's one of those like you don't get reimbursed, you don't get you get nothing. You literally just get a boot in the behind and
The worst part is when you cancel the contract. They go, you owe me.
oh that yes, like with the harvesting contracts and you don't deliver.
Yep,
Oh my goodness, those are
you
the
owe me. Oh no.
those are the absolute worst when that happens. I had that happen. It was actually not too long ago, and I ended up having to pay like 20 grand at the end of it, and it's like, oh my goodness, how did I mess this up so badly? And
The only thing I got a little peeve with FS22. If you get two products that are the same, but they're from two different farmers, and they're both going to the same sell point, the game doesn't recognise that the crop have come from two different fields.
yes, yep, it just fills up
It will allow
whichever
you
one.
to complete the fields. If you complete one field, you can't collect it until you complete the next field,
Yep.
because it teleports what's left over to the next field that you've delivered.
Yeah, and that's it. That's exactly. If you're doing multiple contracts and it's on the same or a different field but same product and same delivery point, that it'll just choose whichever one it wants, and then you're delivering for that specific one. And it's such a pain because you always got to you basically have to finish both contracts in order to get the payout. It's rough. It is absolutely rough. But
When that first happened, I'm like, hey, what's going on here? I've completed the contract, but you're not paying me for it.
yeah,
It
exactly.
wasn't until I completed the second contract. Oh, okay, now you're going to pay. I was thinking, did they ring up and tell you, watch this guy?
Oh man, it's. I mean, I understand
I
why they
think,
do it. It's just one of those like. I wish that there was a more like understandable way that the game decides which contract is which. Like which. Like it'd be better if it actually like determined. Okay, this product came from this field, so therefore I'm going to, you know, take this product from this field and it's going to pay off for this contract kind of thing. That would be the optimal. But like I said, I
yeah.
understand why they do it.
Yeah, so I work around that problem now. If I get two contracts that are the same, I put a third contract in the middle. I complete the first one, then the second one, which is a different. They all might be going to the same sell point, but it sort of breaks up the algorithm so they don't mix them together. The two that are the same.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's brilliant. So let's see. I'm actually over on time. So what I have to do at this point is let's see. I'm going to get to the field. I'm going to read off all the remaining messages for the chat here, and then we are going to go ahead and sign off, and we will finish this contract on the next stream. But Ken, I want to thank you again so very, very much for coming out here tonight, hanging out with us, being on the stream. This has been I've had an absolute ball, and I hope you did too.
Yeah, I certainly did. It was my pleasure to talk to you live.
Yeah, same here. Absolutely same here. I'm going to just pull this up here, and then we'll read through the rest of these and go from there. Oh, yeah, there's the field right there. So let's see. I'm going to park it right here. Perfect. All right, turn that off. All right, so let's see. Jonah says, "Here's a riddle for you. When broken, what's still right twice a day? A clock." Ken says the answer is a clock or a watch. Jonah, correct. Ken says unless it's digital. That was good, Ken. I like that one. Jonah says, two fathers and two sons go fishing. They each catch 2 fish. There are 6 fish total, Whoops. How is that possible? And all the emojis there. Will then says, Ken, what did you think about the screenshots? So, Ken, what did you think of Will's screenshots there?
Well, I couldn't actually see them on the phone because I got a delay on the stream, so I didn't actually see them. Will tell you if you're listening, I will check them out later.
There we go. Yes. So, personally, because Will also said, "What did you guys think of the screenshots?" Personally, as you know, Will, I think that they're absolutely top rated. I absolutely love them. So, yeah.
Just take our money.
You know what?
Just take our money, Will.
You know what? Thank you for mentioning that there, Ken. I just went ahead and put the GIF up on the screen because why not? But let's see. Philip says cool screenshots, and then Bradford says when using the AI, there are no tire tracks, and then usually completes the smaller contracts first. Oh, I didn't realize that. That's actually good to know.
I've actually noticed that too, BBD, when you use an AI voice, because there's no tire tracks.
Yeah, so I think that's mainly because it just kind of goes through the paces, and I don't think it actually like registers that the objects are there. It's almost like the autoload system for AI workers. I think that's kind of how that works. I could be wrong about that because that's just speculation, but that appears to be all the chat. Like I said, everybody, I had a fantastic day. Ken, thank you so much again for coming out and hanging out with us tonight. Absolutely had a blast. Yeah, I mean, let's see.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
That's excellent. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that you had a good time. Jonah says, stay safe, stay happy, everyone. Absolutely. Jonah, you do the same. I'm gonna go ahead and sign us off. I can't think of anything else that we didn't discuss or didn't go over in the stream. I think we got through all the screenshots. So, yeah, like I said, I hope that everybody had a fantastic day, a fantastic time. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing that shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care. And Ken, go ahead and hang on there for just a second. I will catch up with you in just a sec, okay?
Yep, no problem.